have not swayed.
If Russell Wilson came out today and said he was healthy, it feels like you'd stick with Justin Fields.
I would, but that's not a change in my position. That would be a change in mojo. That would be destructive, I think, right now. That I think more from an analytical business side. I look at that because I still think Russell Wilson and Justin Fields are the right combination, and I think Russell should be the quarterback, but not now. I mean, it's like, who used to say it's your job until you lose it?
Right. Anybody, really.
Right. So now you're looking at the team, not the individual. So if you look at the team, what's best for the team is the team to ride this out. The team, and if it turns out that Justin comes out on top for the next 10 games, I mean, then it does. But as person to person, quarterback to quarterback, I would still schematically look at Russell Wilson being the starter. But the mojo this team's developed around Justin, I just don't think it would be prudent to change it.
Gotcha. Okay. That
kind of walked the line a little bit.
No, it's a fair explanation. It's very evident, though, now, as sort of a side topic to all this.
Yeah.
Justin Fields absolutely, positively always had the talent. He needed better coaching, and he needed a change of scenery.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that can be argued.
No, and a lot of that is the system. I think when Ben first came on board, we plugged him into a system, and the system, helped him be successful early on. Look at Sam Darnold. I always thought Sam Darnold was a good quarterback and just was in the wrong place and used incorrectly. And that's kind of, again, I'll refer back to a business. The right structure is number one, and then within that structure, having the right people. But if you have the wrong structure, you can't have the right people, right? Because it just doesn't work. So you have to have the structure, then you have to have the people, and then you have to have the process. And if you have that, you set yourself up for a better chance, better opportunity to be successful. And that's, I think, as a business owner, as a football coach, no matter what we do, that's what our job is to put people in a position to be successful.
Oh, I agree. And I think the parameters with which he's playing, they have put Justin Fields in a position where he doesn't need to make every single play. He kind of just needs to not lose the football game. Make a couple throws over the middle. Whenever things aren't there, tuck it under and run for 5-6 yards. Like, there's nothing that is ultra intricate with this offense right now.
No, it is, except I will say this, and I think Mike said it yesterday. We have to be more successful on third downs early in the game.
Sure.
We have to be able to establish that momentum. We have to be able to do that. We have to not come off the field on fourth down. So I do think there's some work to be done there in that consistency. I would like to see Najee start faster. At the end of the game, he's a brute, but I don't know why. It just seems like and maybe it's because they game plan against it. They know he's going to run the ball. Third down and 4, he's running the ball.
Well, if you make me pick, man, it's interesting you say that, because I had a conversation with somebody yesterday about this very topic. If you make me pick, I'd rather him be stronger and fresher at the end, as he's shown, because I think what we've seen, and your point is one that I made. I'd like a stronger start from him. But if we've seen anything out of Najee Harris this year with the way that he's sort of closed out games, I think it's this. It speaks to the physical shape that he's got in the offseason. He has more.
Does it? Or does it speak to the defense wearing down at the end of the game?
Both, but he's part of wearing them down. I think that he's fresher at the end of games than he's been.
Well, he may be, but why can't he carry that into the beginnings of the games?
Everybody's flying around.
You're a professional athlete. You don't say, okay, I think I'm going to hold back for until the third quarter.
No. I don't think he holds back. I think everybody's on that same plane at the beginning of games. And how you truly become great or very good is you're able to ride that 85, 90% all the way through, whereas some people dissipate a lot earlier. And he's shown me an ability in through the middle of the fourth quarter to still run like he does the beginning of games.
Yeah. Well, again, I'm not sure he does that in the beginning of the game. I think in the beginning of the game, there's something to be desired in his effectiveness, not his effort. But I'd like to see that. I don't know why. I don't understand it because he's a brute. I mean, the guy, I would not want to be in front of him going downhill. I just wouldn't. But I do think he's got the ability. Jalen being out doesn't help us, right?
Yeah, I wonder if he's been dinged up the whole year, and because he feels like the kind of guy that it takes a whole lot to get him off the football field. So yeah. I don't necessarily know if he's going to miss any time, but it feels as if he's been playing hurt, and they're going to try to limit him some, which I think hurts the run game a lot.
Yeah, it does. I think it does too. I love CP. I do. I love him. That guy just puts it out there all the time. The one thing I'm not sure about Connor Hayward. What do you think?
I like Connor Hayward. Here's the deal. You have a new offensive coordinator. You have somebody who, and he's done a brilliant job of this. And I brought this up last week, I think. He's not shown all his joker cards. He's not shown all the crazy tricks. Like if this was, like I said, Matt Canada, through 3 weeks, we see 500 reverses. We see different things. You know, we haven't really seen that from Arthur Smith yet because he hasn't needed to.
Yeah.
Connor Hayward, to me, is part of that secondary package and somebody that when you want to get fancy, when you want to do crazy things, that's his element. So I think that he serves the offense best when you get deeper into the playbook. So I'm perfectly fine that he hasn't been a big part yet because I think that he's the guy that comes on stage and delivers one big line and then walks off, as opposed to a constant part of the play. That makes sense?
It does. It does. I guess I'm just not sure of the guy, the person.
Well,
here's the utilization of him.
Well, there's also a reinventation of what he is. It's quite obvious that Washington is traditional tight end / tackle. It's quite obvious that Freiermuth is able to be used much better in this offense with what you have going on. Cordarrelle Patterson, like you just pointed out, is that kind of Swiss Army knife hybrid, kind of running back kind of thing. So that leaves Hayward's role kind of diminishing from a chameleon kind of guy on that offense to exactly what does he become. I think that's part of it too.
Yeah, I think so. I think we're playing good ball. I think that we have a lot of room to grow, but I do think we're playing good ball. I don't want to get excited at 3-0. Talk to me at 10-0, then I'll get excited.
I don't know if they'll be 10-0. I think they'll win this week, though.
Well, and I'm worried about this week.
Tell me.
I'm worried about Anthony Richardson. I don't know. Is he playing?
Yeah, should. He's very good. But we said that last week about Herbert, although he got hurt early.
He got hurt, so that you can't really. And he played hurt to begin with.
Right.
But I'm worried about him. I am. I think his talent, his running back, what's his name?
Stewart,
badass, man. So I'm a little concerned about it. They had a good game last week. They lost against Denver, which that bothers me because I don't want Denver to beat anybody.
Yeah, you hate their coach.
I hate Sean Payton.
That is one person you don't like.
No, he's just he looks like a squirrel, like a snake. He's not an honorable guy. Doesn't seem to be. I don't like what he did with Russell Wilson at all. He ruined that. He could have potentially ruined that man's career. Take him off the field. Okay, why? So he doesn't get hurt. So they trade him. Come on, man. That's just like really bad. And then at the owners' meetings, they asked him about Russell Wilson, and he slammed them.
And all the way back to Bountygate, you haven't liked him.
Honestly, I really wish somebody would send this to him because I don't like him. And
I know you've spoken out about this guy for a long time. You despise him. You think he's dirty. You think that he's bad for football. All that kind of stuff.
I think he's bad for football. He was banned for football. I think he's dirty. He was got no character or integrity because he badmouths people that he shouldn't badmouth. Mike Tomlin. You ever see Mike Tomlin do that? Huh?
No,
He's got more class in his little finger than Sean Payton has in his entire body.
Very few people get you going like this. You have this thing about Sean Payton, and it's not that I disagree with you, but you're real vociferous about it. You think he makes toxic like the workplace and the room and the team and stuff.
Yeah, he's a bad dude. He's just a bad dude. So, and I wish there would be other people out there that would, say, oh, you know what? He's right. He is a bad dude. Because guess what? Why are people holding back saying it? He doesn't hold back. He doesn't hold back.
That's a pretty good point. If he feels that way about you, he says it. So why are people so afraid of him?
Yeah, and why did we let him back in the league? Why? Anyway, yeah, let's not. He's not worth our time. But Sean, if you're out there, I really don't like you, man.
Oh, so you're worried about the Steelers? You're worried about Anthony Richardson?
I am. I'm a little concerned about it. I think they'll win, but this one has me a little bit concerned.
Yeah, not me so much. I think no. I think that we're going to see a Justin Fields on that fast turf. I think we're going to see him run the football a lot. I think we're going to see him break a big play, and I actually think he's going to rip a big long run. I think we're going to see George Pickens coming out party 2024.
I hope so. The talent. I mean, Justin has the talent. Pickens has the talent. Everybody has the talent. But did you see the touchdown last week? Where was it thrown? Right across the middle.
Absolutely.
That middle, I love that freaking middle. I do. I really do. I like it a lot. And if we can keep exploiting that, I really think, and whether it's Pickens, Juju Smith-Schuster, no matter who it is, that middle has always been our friend. And I can remember Hines Ward. Remember Hines Ward? Probably it was against New England. It was on the left end zone. We were on like the 20-yard line, going left to right.
Right.
And he caught a pass, and he's not the fastest guy in the world, but he caught a pass across the middle, and I think it was 80-yard touchdown against New England, right across the middle. Boom. Nobody expected it. Slant, by.
This has been a study in patience, and I thought about that from the very beginning of this year. That middle is going to be there. It's eventually going to open up a lot more, but Arthur Smith is, and I was not like totally sold on this hire when they hired him. I wanted to see what it was all about. He is a take what you give him coach, both in game and in season. And I kind of like the way that he's operated. He's not trying to do too much, and he's never going to. He is going to save any flash. He's going to save any home run potential, sort of trick play kind of stuff until he necessarily has to use it. He is just, and you could tell he's learning on the job as Steelers offensive coordinator week by week by week. The playbook is expanding some. The middle's expanding some. I think he's doing a brilliant job.
Yeah, and when was the last time you heard those words used in an offensive coordinator for the Steelers?
Todd Haley.
Oh, really?
He was great, but they just couldn't get along with Ben.
Yeah, you think he was great?
The numbers were incredible, I thought. The per-game numbers, absolutely.
Really?
But people just didn't respect him, and he couldn't get along with Ben.
Well, he had a personal life that was in shambles.
Yeah. I mean, that hurt. Whenever you get body slammed at Tequila Cowboy, that's tough stuff.
Oh my God.
I mean, that's kind of, there's no hiding that.
Yeah. Public record.
Yes. I mean, or it may have been a suplex, but it was one of the two. Either body slam or suplex.
I think you got body slam.
Yeah, is what it is.
Who do you like?
Who do I like?
Who do you score?
Steelers 26-10.
Okay, I want to see the 26. I think it's time for a 26 game. But I don't think it's going to be there. I'm thinking 2016.
20-16, close game.
Yeah.
Boswell maybe to the rescue again. He seems to have his head on straight as always. So.
Not to change subject, and I know we're
sure
we're going to sign off here. I watched Mike Tomlin's press conference. I loved when they asked him. Somebody asked him. Might have been Mike Pursuta. I don't know. Who I like, by the way, good guy.
Great guy.
So I think Mike asked him what he was thinking when he sent Boz out for the 62-yard field goal, and he said, "Did you realize how much time was on the clock, or whatever?" Questioning, "Did you think time was going to run out?" And he goes, "No, I didn't think about it. I sent him out there because I expected him to make it."
Right. You know what I was thinking? That he was going to kick it through the uprights. Right.
So I think some of these questions are ridiculous, but our special teams play, our punter is fabulous. How about that guy stepping up in the middle of,
well,
I don't know where
it goes to show, well, it's a backhanded compliment. Here's why. It goes to show the last punter two punters ago, the one they carried all last season, they've gone out and quickly found two guys that are way better than them. And it means there was no excuse for carrying dead weight for so long that potentially lost them games.
He was terrible. What, did we have him 2 years? Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah, it was terrible. That would be Presley Harvin. Sorry, dude.
Presley Harvin. But they found two guys exponentially better very quick, which it was inexcusable they kept them around so long.
Yeah, but again, that's hindsight, which is 2020. Our punter right now, I really am appreciative of his talents.
I agree. All right, I go 26-10. You go 2016.
Yep.
And we'll reconvene because, 1 o'clock game. I like these 1 o'clock games.
Yeah, I like them too. I didn't hear from you though, so let's change that.
I'll text you right after kickoff.
I'll text you first.
I'll talk to you, Richard.
See ya.
See ya.